I understand that self-confidence can be fleeting in middle age, especially if you are a woman of color and especially if you're a late bloomer, if you've been spending the majority of your adult life caring for other people instead of yourself. But don't worry, today I'm going to share font size. How you can empower your day and life by creating or maintaining a self-care routine. We'll even talk about what to do when you fall off track or feel like you've hit a plateau with your glow up goals. I gotta pause that, child. Child.
So I wanted to record this video because right now it is early October 2024. There are 3 months left in this year, and at the beginning of this year, I was so just full of hope and joy.
Hi self-lovers, welcome back to Donderella, where we use self-care to create our own versions of happily ever after. I am Donderella, and this is my real-time experiment in using self-care to rewrite my self-love story. And like any experiment, it's all about trial and error. Some of it is working and some of it doesn't quite feel like it's working yet, but I know that everything is always working out for me. So if you're feeling lovely and you want to share the self-care love, please do. It's great for the channel if you like, subscribe, and share with others that you feel are on a similar journey, and engage in the comment section. I would greatly appreciate it. That way, eventually, I can start getting paid and bring y'all some more content on a more consistent basis that is intended to help boost self-esteem and confidence at any stage or age in life, and inspire as many as possible to use self-care as a tool to create their own happily ever afters. Look out, pretty. All right. Now I know life gets busy, work, family, responsibilities. It can all feel overwhelming, but I want to emphasize how essential it is to carve out time for ourselves, especially as we navigate the unique challenges that come with our identities as middle-aged women of color. So let's talk about why having a self-care routine is so important. First and foremost, it's about mental health. Self-care allows us to recharge our mental batteries. When we prioritize our well-being, we're better equipped to handle stress, anxiety, and even the daily challenges that life throws our way. Research shows that women of color often experience higher levels of stress due to various societal pressures. So, taking that time for ourselves isn't just a luxury, it's actually a necessity. Another case for self-care, body image. As middle-aged women, we might face societal pressures and even pressures a little bit closer to home that can make us feel less than fabulous. A self-care routine that includes things like skincare, movement, and healthy eating can help us reconnect with our bodies in a positive way. It's not about fitting into a certain mold, it's about celebrating who we are right now. And let's not forget productivity. When we take care of ourselves, we're more focused and energized. A good self-care routine can help us manage our time better, leading to greater productivity in our work and personal lives. you might find that you have more creativity and motivation after spending some time on self-care. I know I do. Finally, overall wellness. Self-care isn't just about mental health, it encompasses our physical and emotional well-being too. Whether it's going for a walk, practicing mindfulness, or connecting with loved ones, these activities can significantly boost our mood and our overall health. So, how do you create a self-care routine that works for you? Here are some quick tips. Number 1, start small. Begin with 10 to 15 minutes a day dedicated to something you love. Reading, meditating, or just sipping tea in peace. Number 2, mix it up. Include a variety of activities, physical, creative, and relaxing. Just keep it fun. Number 3, listen to your body. Tune into what you need. Some days you might need to move. Other days you might need to rest. Today was a rest day for me. Number 4, stay consistent. That's the biggest one. Try to make self-care a non-negotiable part of your routine, just like any other important commitment. And remember, self-care is not selfish, it's essential, especially for those of us who have made our entire lives about caring for others. By taking care of ourselves, we're better able to care for others and face the world with strength and resilience. I'd love to hear about your self-care routines, so share your favorite activities in the comments and let's inspire each other. I know I could use some inspiration, or actually they say if it comes from outside, it's motivation, and inspiration comes from within. So I could use some motivation, so please share and comment. I look forward to reading what has worked for you. Number 2, So here are some simple DIY self-care practices. Number 1, this is probably one of my favorites. It's a DIY spa day. So you can do face masks. You can use natural ingredients like honey, yogurt, or avocado. Just mix it up, apply it, leave it on, steam it off with a hot towel. Number 2, a soothing bath. Epsom salts, essential oils, even a few favorite drops of your bubble bath if you're not sensitive, if you know what I mean. Also, aromatherapy. Essential oil diffusers, using a diffuser with calming scents like lavender or eucalyptus can be like you're at a hotel while you're at home. And candles, you can melt some wax and add essential oils to create your own, or you can buy some from your local discount store. And also journaling, gratitude journaling, spending a few minutes every day writing down the things you're grateful for. It sounds cliche, but you would be surprised how far that goes to just changing your mood almost instantly. So creative writing, you can use prompts or free writing to just express your thoughts and feelings and try to shift them toward the positive end of things. And home workouts, yoga or stretching, you can find a ton of videos on YouTube. I love Yoga with Adrienne. I have been doing her workouts for like umpteenth years. But dance parties, turn on like some Amapiano or some Afro beats and just, dance like nobody's watching. That's my favorite. You burn some calories, feel amazing. Just mindfulness practices in general. So meditation is a big one. I love, after my yoga, I feel in like the perfect place to just meditate. Just simply sit in silence for a few minutes, focusing on your breath, breathing deeply in through your nose, out through your mouth. If you are a meditation beginner, you can Google or YouTube search air conditioning sounds for 15 or 20 minutes and just focus on the sound of like white noise, like an air conditioner or something with no interruptions that just keeps you in a state of zen. And of course, when you first start meditating, it seems like they call it monkey mind. Your mind goes crazy. It's like you have, and I'm a Gemini, so my mind is already monkey mind constantly, but all those extraneous thoughts, you are supposed to watch them almost like they're commercials, just let them go by. Just watch them from a place of distance and just focus on the candle or the air conditioner sound or the breath. Whatever you're focusing on, keep the focus there, bring yourself back. But another thing that I have found super helpful for me, I imagine myself, this might sound weird, on a river, and I'm on a raft or something, but I'm on my back and I'm just looking up at the clouds and I'm floating down a river, and my thoughts are like the clouds. They're floating by, so sometimes I don't even notice them. Sometimes I'm just like, in zen, and I'm just focusing on the blue of the sky. And other times a thought might be a cloud that just comes by and it's just like, oh, this happened the other day and blah, 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 blah. And I just kind of watch it. I don't get involved with it. I don't go back and practice what I should have said. And if I do, I just observe myself doing that, and then I just let it go. And over time, I've found that I have gotten better and better with meditation, and it's one of my favorite practices that just keeps me grounded and feeling like I can do this. I can make things exactly the way I envision them, despite how they are now. So enjoy. We hear a lot about some of these, and if you haven't tried them by now, there's probably a reason. Maybe they just don't feel authentic for you at this point, but there are some others that you might feel more aligned with. So here are some other simple DIY self-care practices that you can easily incorporate into your home self-care routine that may resonate a bit more. I've X'd out weed, but wine is still one of mine. So how about herbal teas? You can buy some from the store, or you can create your own herbal tea blend using ingredients like chamomile, mint, or ginger, and you'd be surprised at the physical health benefits those have as well. You can cook a comfort meal. You can spend time cooking your favorite meal or trying out new healthy recipes, or just good tasting. It doesn't always have to be about low calorie. Cooking can be therapeutic and more about the comfort and the joy as well. We all know about butter and cheese and how good those make us feel. You can try crafting or art, engaging in activities like painting, coloring, or DIY crafts. You can find tons of tutorials online. I have a blast anytime my niece comes over and we make paper bag puppets. And you can try a digital detox. So you just set aside some time to unplug from screens and use this time to relax, read a good book, or go for a walk. And you can create a cozy space. That's kind of where I am now. You designate a corner of your home as your self-care nook, and you fill it with cushions, candles, and items that make you feel good. So this is a room in my house, and it's kind of my office yoga space. But incorporating these practices into your routine can create a nurturing environment that supports your well-being. And you can make it like a out of bounds safe space, like nobody comes in here but me. Or if you don't have that option, you can just literally do a corner. You can, use I want to say police tape, but those streamers that you use for birthdays. You can just like rope off a section and just have like an area that's just like sacred, like with like a yoga cushion or something, and the book you're reading, and that's where you kind of sip your tea and do your journaling. Not only will your kids or whomever honor that, but they will take the example and maybe create some safe space of their own and follow your example. I want to talk about getting off track. Getting off track of your self-care routine or feeling stuck in your goals can happen to anyone. But here are some tips to help you get back on course and reignite your motivation. So the first thing you need to do is just acknowledge your feelings. Just recognize that it's normal to feel off track or stuck, and allow yourself to feel these emotions without judgment. You don't have to go into the whole I'm old, I'm this, I'm that. It happens to everybody. You know, doing that is not gonna help you get there any faster. And you wanna reflect and reassess. Take some time to reflect on what might have caused the shift and where were there changes in your schedule, your stress levels, or your priorities. Understanding the why you got off track can help you find solutions. Number 3, you want to set or make sure you have set some small, achievable goals. Break your goals into smaller, manageable tasks. This can help you regain momentum and make progress feel more attainable. Maybe your goals weren't so smart to begin with. Number 4, revisit your routine. Take a fresh look at your self-care routine. Are there activities that no longer resonate with you or your schedule for whatever reason? Just swap them out for new ones that excite you. There are a zillion things you can do for self-care. It doesn't have to be spa stuff. It's anything that makes you feel closer to your ideal self. And number 5, you want to create a schedule. Block out specific times for your self-care in your calendar. Treat these appointments as non-negotiable, just like work meetings. And I know for a fact that you create a schedule or a calendar and then you redo it over and over again until it works. And number 6, you want to find accountability. So share your goals with someone that you trust or someone that has similar interests, and having someone checking in with you can boost your motivation. Number 7, you want to practice self-compassion. So be gentle with yourself, be kind to yourself. Instead of feeling guilty or like a loser or like an old bitch that ain't never gonna get it together for falling off the track, focus on what you can do moving forward. Number 8, incorporate variety. Try new activities or practices. Try something that doesn't seem like it might resonate with you, and maybe it will. Sometimes introducing something different can reignite your passion and enthusiasm or guide you towards something that feels a little bit more natural. Number 9, celebrate small wins. Acknowledge and celebrate even the smallest achievements. This can help you build momentum and foster a positive mindset. You can just get in the mode of like party, 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 celebration. And it's time to celebrate something big before you know it. And number 10, reconnect with your why. Remind yourself why you started your self-care journey or pursued your goals in the first place. Reconnecting with your purpose can be a powerful motivator. I know for me, I wanted to be able to turn my pain into my purpose. And number 11, limit comparisons. Oh, that's a big one. Avoid comparing your progress to others. Focus on your own journey and growth, celebrating your unique path. Number 12, take a break. Sometimes stepping back and giving yourself permission to rest can be the most productive choice that you can make. A short break can provide clarity and renewed energy, whether it's a cat nap, whether it's just putting everything down and walking around for a minute, or just switching to a different task. Number 13, practice mindfulness. So engage in mindfulness techniques like a meditation or deep breathing to help ground yourself and reduce feelings of overwhelm. Or it can just be slow chewing or really being in the moment of whatever you're doing, breathing, feeling, engaging all of your senses that you have access to. Reevaluate your environment. So look around at your space. A cluttered environment can impact your mental state. Take time to declutter or create a more inspiring atmosphere. For some of us, it's not cluttered, it's just not exactly how we want it. So take some time and decide today is the day I make it exactly how I want it. By applying these tips, you can gently guide yourself back to a self-care routine that feels fulfilling and energizing. And just remember, all of it is about progress, not perfection. It's never going to be perfect. You're never going to be done. So just make progress. Just get closer and closer every day to that ideal life and to your best self, and you'll feel like, I had a good day. Adjusting self-care routines to fit your personal preferences and your lifestyle is the key to making them sustainable and enjoyable. So here are some tips to help you tailor your self-care practices. It's not one size fits all. Number 1, know yourself. Do a self-assessment. So reflect on what activities energize you and which ones drain you. Consider your interests, energy levels, and time constraints. Mood tracking is a way of keeping a simple journal to note which self-care activities help you feel good and which ones don't. Mini practices is a good way of doing your self-care when you're short on time. So opt for quick self-care practices. Even 5 minutes of a breathing exercise or a short walk can make a huge difference. You want to have gradual integration. So that's introducing new practices one at a time instead of overhauling your entire routine all at once. Flexibility is key. You want to make sure your schedule is adaptable. Allow your routine to change based on your week. Some weeks may be busier than others, so adjust your self-care practices accordingly. And you'll also want to make seasonal adjustments. Different seasons might inspire different activities. Embrace outdoor activities in the spring and summer, while cozying up indoors in the colder months might be more comfortable. Hobbies as self-care. Use your favorite hobbies like gardening, painting, or cooking as self-care opportunities. Think about your social connections. If you thrive on social interaction, consider group activities like yoga classes or book clubs as a form of self-care. Create a personalized routine. Daily rituals like identifying specific times in your day for self-care that work best for you, whether it's morning, lunchtime, or before bed, can be ideal. Mix it up. Combine different practices for a holistic approach like mindfulness meditation, followed by a nature walk. Apps and online resources can be amazing for finding meditations, fitness, or meal planning that align with your lifestyle and preferences. There are even virtual classes. You can join online classes that fit your interests, whether it's a dance class, cooking workshop, or a fitness session. Tune in to what your body needs each day. Some days might call for rest, while others might inspire movement or creativity. You always want to make sure that you adjust as needed. Don't be afraid to modify your plans based on how you're feeling. Set realistic, achievable goals. Establish self-care goals that are realistic and achievable within your lifestyle. For example, if you're busy, aim for 10 minutes of mindfulness as opposed to an hour and celebrate your progress. Acknowledge even the smallest steps toward your self-care goals. And prioritize enjoyment. Think about the fun factor. Engage in self-care activities that you genuinely enjoy. If you don't like running, try a different form of exercise that actually excites you. And make it a ritual. Turn self-care into something special. Light a candle, play music, or create a cozy environment for your practices. Find community and resources. There are communities and groups for inspiration and support. And sometimes seeing others and how they incorporate self-care can spark ideas for your own routine. Explore new practices, keeping an open mind to trying new activities that may resonate with you is a little easier when you see other people doing the same. By customizing your self-care routine to fit your preferences and lifestyle, you're more likely to stick with it and genuinely enjoy the process. Remember, self-care is about what works best for you. So I wanted to record this video because right now it is early October 2024. There are 3 months left in this year, and at the beginning of this year I was so just full of hope and joy and expectation. And I still am to some degree, but I have definitely hit a plateau of sorts in pretty much all of my goals. So I had 3 for this year. With all 3 goals, I've made some progress, I guess I can say, but also have hit a point where it kind of feels like it ain't happening. So I wanted to record this because it is an experiment, and I'm still convinced that self-care works. I'm still convinced that when we visualize our ideal lives and our ideal selves, and we make consistent intentional moves and take action every single day toward putting ourselves first, making ourselves that person that lives that life and feels those things and knows that they deserve those things, that we get closer and closer to like that being our reality. So I'm still practicing. It's still working. It's magic, but this is just a little encouragement. It's a little booster and a couple of tips to just keep you going, because there is progress being made. There are changes happening, whether it's in just yourself and not your external reality, and just knowing what you will and will not put up with or accept, or knowing more and more that you actually do deserve what you want, and being able to clarify that and verbalize it. It's working, and you do deserve it, and you are getting closer. And I hope that every person, regardless of their identity, understands that you deserve to 100% love yourself, love your life, and You absolutely, if you are a middle-aged woman of color, you deserve to live happily ever after. Despite what your story has been so far, you can rewrite that. And self-care is just a great way. Self-defined, self-directed, self-care is the best way to make that happen. So we are moving forward full steam ahead on this journey and this lab journal of self-care. So I will see y'all soon. I know that everybody has a YouTube channel, and some people make it look so easy, and they say you just gotta record and you just gotta have a schedule and you just gotta be consistent. It is hard. It's like if you got another and then you gotta set up the camera and you gotta zoom and find the equipment and edit but I wanted to create what I could not find. And so here you go. This is it. I'm still working on it, and I hope that